does it feel to have your film Monsters at FrightFest?
I am absolutely shitting myself. Am I allowed to say that?
Of course you are, yeah.
It only hit me walking up. I've been to the cinema so many times to see like movie events, you know, and the idea of turning up here and your film is on, but it feels a bit of a dream. It feels like I can see my family dotted around and some of my friends who we all went to film school with, and the idea that people have paid to see it on the big screen at Empire Square is just, it's actually hit me now, like how freaky it is. It's scary stuff, yeah.
Great. Well, for our readers that don't know the story behind Monsters, could you tell us a little bit about how it came to be?
The film story, or how the shot?
How it was shot, exactly.
Yeah, it's a bit different in that, I mean, it's very low budget, and that basically meant we had a tiny crew. I shot it myself with a sound man, and the whole film's set in Central America, and basically we pretty much did the trip that the characters in the film do. We were in the back of a van, jumping in and out. I sort of had a treatment and not even a script, and we sort of ad-libbed the whole thing. It was really opportunistic filmmaking. And because of my background was computer graphics, because I used to do visual effects, we could do that and know that if something really went wrong, we could fix it later in the computer or add some element to do with the story in the background. And yeah, it was real run and gun. And I think what I'm quite pleased with is when you watch the film, you get that sense that no one in it, including the filmmaker, is quite sure what's going to happen next, and there's a sort of edge to it that was really hard to fake, I think, so I'm really pleased we took that approach.
Cool, excellent. And now, because of the title, some people have been expecting it to be a kind of Cloverfield kind of affair,
sure.
And it's not that, is
yeah,
it?
Yeah.
It's, what made you sort of decide to focus on the humans in a film with Monsters?
I think somewhere on another planet there is a giant octopus surrounded by other octopuses saying, why did you call your film Humans? You know, it's all about the monsters. and so it feels a bit like that. I think for me it's like those films have been done plenty of times, and I personally wanted to try something different, and I think I've still not done it, but I still would go up against Cloverfield in those movies for like per second on screen. I think we do pretty well. It's just that the characters are so front and centre, and for me, I don't know about anyone else, but you start to care about these people and you want them to survive. And so your overall impression when you leave is it's about them, it's their movie, and which I think is a good thing. But I can see why some people in the balance think, well, why did he call it Monsters? And I think by the end of the film, you get it. But for a while you're kind of watching thinking, where's this film going, what's going on here? But I like that, that's the whole point of the film. It shouldn't if you know exactly what it's going to be, you don't need to go see it, do you? So.
And it's a love story, and there's a real life love story.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about it.
Well, I'm actually married now to one of the creatures in the film. It's like, no, the two actors in it, Scoot and Whitney, they were already seeing each other when we started filming, but they made a pact with each other. If they could survive this movie, then they would get married, and so they have. And so 2 months ago, I had to choose between the European premiere of the film, it was on the same day as their wedding in Los Angeles. And it was like, European premiere, Los Angeles wedding, and so I went to their wedding. So I'm a nice guy.
And now you're here. Do you know much about the FrightFest crowd? Are you excited about watching the film with them?
Yeah, I'm probably I hang out in a lot of the same spots as these guys. I recognise. I'm wearing smart stuff today because it's the premiere, but I feel like this is a more natural crowd for me. But yeah, I'm not. I just hope they get and like what we've done with the film, because it's not an out-and-out gore fest or anything. It's a lot more personal, sort of very subtle road movie set in a world with giant monsters.
And my friend Rosie, she's interviewed you before, and she told me to ask you about the 7 posters that you had hanging up in your office.
All right, yeah, there was 6. There was so there was Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Brief Encounter, War of the Worlds, Casablanca, It Came From Outer Space, and The African Queen. And we had them as just like a constant reference when we were making the film. It was like somewhere in between that mess of films is our film. Kind of a love story mixed with a sort of sci-fi, post-apocalyptic invasion thing.
And it feels a lot like classic science fiction, like the classic novels. Is it influenced by? Are you a fan of old science fiction?
50s, way more than modern.
Exactly,
yeah, absolutely.
50s books, yeah.
No, I'm a big like my guilty pleasure is 50s B movies. I watch them way more than I watch modern films, and so maybe that's come out in the making of this. But I don't know what it is. I'm not a big fan of modern science fiction, really. It very rarely affects me. And especially doing computer graphics, it's like that just, when you do that for a living, it just has no impact on you when you see the spectacle. And so I was harking back to that kind of the disturbing sort of atmosphere that you get in those B movies, and it's more about the constant threat than it is just the sheer CGI spectacle, although you do get a bit of that in Monsters. But
and finally, do you have any advice for sort of people looking to get into filmmaking? What would you tell them?
it's really simple. Pick up a camera and make something. It's the fastest way to learn anything. It's by far. I for years I would put off doing something and think, oh, I'll do it when I got some more money, or when that new camera comes out, I'll do it then, and you just excuses and whenever I actually was forced at gunpoint for some reason or other to actually make something, at the end of the process was always like, oh my god, I got to do this more often, because I've learned more in that week than I learned in the last 2 years, and so I feel like the best advice is just go do stuff. And allow yourself to fail. It will be shit. All my stuff's shit, but eventually it'll be less shit, and so that's the goal. And that's what I say. Just do stuff.
Fantastic. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.